Vipassana meditation is an important aspect in the Buddhist meditation practice. The Buddha taught two main forms of meditation. One is called the calming meditation or samatha meditation, and the second is called the insight meditation or vipassana. So the word vipassana means seeing reality as it is. And it's a technique of training the mind to observe the body and the mind from moment to moment in order to see how the body and mind functions from moment to moment and gain insights into the reality of impermanence and change that's always going on within the body. The teachings of Vipassana come from the Buddha's original teachings on the four foundations of mindfulness, which are his main teachings on the development of insight. And the purpose of Vipassana meditation is to see into the realities of the body and mind and to be able to change the negative influences of our mind that bring us suffering. So Vipassana meditation is basically a process of training the mind to go inside. So Vipassana is also called insight meditation because most people have outside. That means their attention is focused outside of themselves. So in Vipassana meditation, we train the mind to look inside. And these days there's two main popular techniques of Vipassana meditation. One developed by and popularized by a teacher named Goenka, and the other method is a technique that was taught by Berkeley's meditation master Mahasi Sayadaw. So these two techniques of Vipassana are the ones that are most commonly taught in the Western countries. But both of these techniques of Vipassana were taken from the general larger body of the four foundations of mindfulness. In order to direct the attention of the mind inside, first one has to become calm and focused in the present moment. So the practice of Vipassana basically is a practice of training the mind to stay in the present moment with the body and breathing, and then to develop concentration. And once, as you begin, the mind stays in the body longer and longer, and developing concentration, you'll be able to see the impermanence of the sensations of the body, and also to be able to observe your mind. Now, the main purpose of Vipassana meditation, again, is to overcome suffering. The Buddha made this very clearly in his teachings. The whole purpose of the system of training by the Buddha was to overcome suffering. And suffering has its origins in the mind. And we create suffering through our actions of body and speech. And the body and the speech gets us all involved in the law of karma and the cause and effects of our speech and actions that bring painful results. And the essence of this training, and the purpose of Vipassana is summed up in these two verses of the Dhammapada by the Buddha, which he said, all actions are led by the mind. Mind is their master, mind is their maker. If one acts or speaks with an impure state of mind, then suffering will follow. If the cartwheel follows the foot of the ox. And in the same way, if one acts or speaks with a pure state of mind, then happiness will follow, as your shadow follows you without departing. So, it's true that all suffering arises within our mind, but we can't reach our mind. Most people are not able to control their impulses and thoughts and reactions, and so they remain caught up in this repetitive cycle of repetitive actions of body, speech, and mind that bring them conflicts and suffering. So the only way to reach the mind is by going through the body. The body is considered to be the gateway of the mind. And the body is considered to be the house of the mind. The mind operates within this body with its brain and nervous system. And so if we want to be able to change our negative thoughts and impulses, we have to go to their source. We have to be able to go into where these thoughts and impulses are originating and make the changes there. So that is the technique of Vipassana meditation, is learning to train our mind to go through the body and through the deeper levels of the mental process to arrive at the source of thought. There's 5 levels that the mind goes through, or 5 layers of our body-mind that we go through in the practice of the Vipassana meditation. And the first stage is we bring the mind to the body. The mind is normally wandering in the outside. And so we have to train the mind to get to the body and become grounded and focused in the present moment. So the first stage of Vipassana meditation, or mindfulness meditation, is bringing the mind back to the body so that they are functioning in coordination and that the minds are resting in the present moment. And in the training is that we train ourselves to remember, what the body is doing in the present moment, or the breath. The breath is also a major factor used in the training in Vipassana meditation. And we have to develop concentration as well. There's three main things that are developed during Vipassana meditation. The 3 main qualities of the mind we develop in Vipassana. And the first is the pleine attention, the mindfulness, which is learning to observe the body in the present moment and observe the breathing. So you tune in to feel the breathing either in the nostrils as the breath is coming into the nostrils, or to feel the expanding and contracting of the breathing in the abdomen, stomach, or the chest area. And to remind oneself that one is breathing in and breathing out. And in between the breaths, you can feel the posture sitting and reminding yourself that the body is sitting. So the initial stages of mindfulness is just remembering the present moment. In fact, the basic definition of mindfulness is remembering the present moment. And remembering the present moment of what the body is doing right now. So it's sitting and breathing. And so you try to develop your concentration on remembering sitting and breathing for as long as you can. And that develops concentration. So the pleine attention, or the mindfulness, is remembering the present moment, and the concentration is keeping the mind focused in the present moment, not being distracted by a lot of external influences. But while you're trying to do this, the mind will be disturbed by various sounds and thoughts and body sensations, but you keep trying to let go of those distractions and bring the attention back to the body, the present moment of the body, sitting and breathing. And so that's the first kind of stage of mindfulness, is to develop that ability to hold the attention in the present moment for longer periods of time. And then another aspect of the Vipassana means cultivating insight. So, to see reality as it is. Actually, the meaning of Vipassana is seeing reality as it is. But what is the reality? The reality is that our body and mind is changing at every moment, or what is called the flow of impermanence. And everything is changing. So we can observe that first in the body. We observe how the breath is always changing. It's impermanent. The in-breath comes and goes. The out-breath comes and goes. Various pains come and go. And there's so many sensations are constantly changing in the body. So after the mind has reached an initial stage of centeredness with the breathing in the body, then the attention can be more focused in the body itself, and to tune into the body to feel the various sensations changing from moment to moment. And there's a technique where you can deliberately move the attention throughout the body from the head to the feet, or from the feet to the head, and training the mind to try to feel the subtler sensations of the body as they're arising and passing away. So, by keeping the mind in the body, you also are able to develop a subtler awareness, so that actually we're starting to see under the skin of the body. First, on the outside, you see the outside of a body, but in the Vipassana meditation, you allow the awareness to get under the skin, and you start to feeling the reality of what the body is, which means millions and billions of cells and molecules and atoms that are basically just arising and passing away, changing, going through the various processes of keeping the body alive. So that's the beginning of seeing impermanence, is seeing the impermanence that's happening under the skin. And you can actually feel this. As you're keeping the attention focused on the body, you'll start to feel so many different sensations. So this is the sort of the first stage in developing Vipassana insight. It's the insight into the continual changing of the body, and of course the breathing. So the concentration, the factor of concentration, allows you to keep the mind focused in the body, and the mindfulness and the Vipassana is able to see the changes that are occurring within the body and within the breathing. And as you're observing the breathing, you begin to feel subtler and subtler parts of the breathing process. An important aspect of it is tuning in to the beginning, the middle, and the end of the in-breath, and the beginning, the middle, and the end of the out-breath. Because each breath, is not just one breath, but it's composed of many short movements. So the in-breath begins, it lasts a couple seconds, and it stops. And the out-breath begins, lasts a couple seconds, and then it stops. So you deliberately train your mind to try to feel that beginning, the middle, and the end of each breath. And then that same awareness of arising and passing away, or arising and vanishing, is applied to other various sensations that you may feel in the body. And that holds your concentration, because there's within the body, because there's so many sensations that are going on. And while you're paying attention to the sensations of the body, naturally other thoughts will come. But if you notice a thought coming into the mind, you just try to notice it, know that you're starting to think, and let go of the thought and keep bringing the mind back to the present moment of the breathing body. And the same for distracting sound. If you hear some distracting sound that's pulling the attention, you be aware or make a a brief mental note of hearing is just sound. And try not to think about the sound, but letting go of it and bringing the attention back to the present moment of breathing in, sitting, breathing out, sitting, or feeling the various sensations coming and going in the body. And because we easily get distracted by things coming in from the senses, especially sounds, thoughts, and bodily pains. If a pain arises within the body, you make that pain a focus of the attention as well, to see how even that pain is just made up of lots of small sensations, and learn to detach from that. So the first stage of Vipassana really is centering the mind in the body in the present moment, and tuning into the impermanence of the body and learning to deal with the distractions that are coming in from pains, thoughts, and sounds, in order to let go of them, to develop one's concentration and mindfulness. And this is also the first stage of the wisdom, which is the wisdom of seeing how everything changes in our body and mind.